Hello everybody and welcome back to the Down Under Gamer channel. It is the Down Under Gamer here, and this is episode 7 of our EB Europa Barborum total conversion mod for Rome Total War with our Sweboz Let's Play. I think I mentioned it was episode 7. So that said, guys, just a quick recap. Obviously we've got a pretty good economy going now. We've expanded and taken out several settlements. In the last turn we'd brought the army back. We were retraining and re-recruiting, I believe, and expanding the army. We were going to come up here and take Gintaras Ostan, and then we were going to look at pushing down in here and fighting the big rebel armies and taking these settlements. And then we were probably going to look at expanding west towards the Gallic factions. So that said, we've clicked on our settlement, so let's go ahead and activate our EB background campaign scripts. So we'll click on the advisor, show me how, and the scripts are ready to go. So let's look at this. So we'll do a retrain, and we'll recruit another swordsman. Now, this is obviously our main military hub here, so probably over the series of the the next episode or two, we're probably going to start doing a pretty serious military build-up. Upgrading barracks, AOR barracks, all that sort of good stuff, in anticipation for our eventual expansion here into Gaul. So obviously, if we have a look, this is like our expansion details here. We kind of need to conquer and sort of occupy all that. So eventually, obviously, we're going to come into contact with the Gauls and obviously, evidently the Romans, and probably the Getae and the Scythians as well. So we've certainly got a long way to go. Very interesting campaign ahead of us. But that said, let's jump into it. We will end the turn and we'll get going. So if I sound a little bit flatter than usual today, guys, I do apologise. First of all, I am Australian, so I'm probably very difficult for some of you to understand. Apparently the Australian English is a bit complicated for other people around the world to grasp, and I've also got a bit of a cold at the moment. I am getting over it though.
Yes, master.
So, but do bear with me. So where is that one? Alright, so we'll build a brewery because everybody likes beer. Okay, so we'll build some roads. Now, as somebody pointed out in the comments in one of the previous ones, Saul, who was obviously one of the first subscribers to the channel, and speaking of which, guys, obviously if you like our content here on the channel, then show your support, show your love, smash that subscribe button, drop a like. Obviously, if you don't like what we're doing, then by all means, give it a dislike, and let us know in the comments section why, because we will obviously try and improve what we're doing here on the channel so that we we bring quality value to everybody, and leave your thoughts overall down in the comments section. But yes, as Saul was saying, obviously with roads, I mentioned in the last, I think it was maybe the last episode, that I generally tend to build roads, but he did call out a really, really good point. Doesn't matter which faction you are, if you don't have ports and traders and stuff in your settlements, the roads really don't do a whole lot for you, apart from allowing either your armies and enemy armies to move faster through your territory. So sort of once you've started to build traders and ports and all that sort of stuff, guys, then roads are definitely worthwhile. Okay,
Yes.
so we will grab our army.
Chief.
And
Chief.
we will
Orders.
come out here.
Yes.
We will
Orders.
blitz the
Yes.
settlement.
General. Move. Prepare to ambush. Yes. Attack. Unable to move.
And then we will look at moving down here.
Attack!
So the year in history, Olympiad, Cathalos sails from Sicilia, Carthaginian fleet to raid southern Italia. The Romani agreed to a permanent treaty of alliance with Hieron of Syracuse, and the Roman army remains in Sicilia. That is a shameful year for the Romani. Claudius, consul the previous year, is brought to trial and fined for his conduct as coward, and his co-consul L. Junius commits suicide. Obviously not a good time for the Romans. So we can upgrade this settlement. So generally, guys, I mean, obviously these are homeland settlements, the majority of these, so you shouldn't really have any major sort of public order issues. But obviously, as you expand, as soon as you can upgrade a settlement, obviously, you know, you can build sort of bigger and better things there. But generally, always try to upgrade a settlement as soon as possible, regardless of which faction you are. So. But as you can see here, guys, we've got some access to some nice AOR units. We've got the Karatovas, or the Oskoi Culture Swordsmen, the Baltic Light Infantry, which are actually heavy infantry, the Spearmen, and the Baltic Archers. So what should we build here now? Thengos, public order 10%. Why not? Let's build a Thengos. So another town is upgraded. So the Thengos is built. Let's do our soap maker, bit of public health. So that's what I might look at doing is maybe upgrading the port here and see whether it gives me some sort of a naval facility. That way I can start building some ships to obviously get up here and sort of take this, and then maybe you know, even get a diplomat over here, get ourselves a trade agreement with the Britons and whatnot. So
General, destroy.
Trade coming out of Britain will be very valuable as we start moving down into here, sort of generate a lot of income for us. So it is winter, so what we'll probably do, so we don't get any supply penalties, we'll probably just march to the border of our territory.
Forward.
And then we'll come in and hopefully be able to lay siege to this settlement next turn. And then we should be able to take it over the turn after that. Good tactician. our sort of front line settlements, so we'll start building up the barracks there. The really good thing about this mod that I really like, guys, is unlike the original Rome, where obviously you can just move in, you can take a settlement. If it's got a barracks built, then you can just sort of retrain your army and then just sort of continue blitzing across the map. Is this one here, if depending on which units you have, you can only sort of upgrade and train them in certain provinces. I know, for example, you know, in my Roman campaign, you know, like all your plebeian legions and all that can only be recruited in sort of mainland Italy. So as you expand, you have to constantly keep bringing your legions back to Italy to retrain them. So it's you have to be very particular about where you expand and how you expand. You know, I remember in the campaign where I was fighting, you know, ended up at war with the Seleucids. I had about 12 legions in total, and I just had a huge fleet of ships just constantly travelling sort of from the Adriatic, from Greece to sort of mainland Italy, and then from sort of the Aegean Sea into Asia Minor there to fight the Seleucids. That's literally the only way I could do it, because I hadn't had the reforms to allow me to recruit troops further away from home. So but it definitely adds a lot of interesting flavour.
Yes.
Alright, so let's go and siege this settlement. What have we got? Yep, Baltic. What are these guys? Should be culture swordsmen maybe, yes. Alright, obviously we've got the larger army, so we shouldn't have any issues with this coming battle. So let's end the turn, and then we will have ourselves a battle. History, Olympiad, the first king of independent Bactria dies and his son succeeds to the throne. This is also the time when Pallava, or the Parthians, gained their independence from the Seleucid rule. Hamilcar is appointed Carthaginian commander, begins raids on the coast of southern Italia. Roman force sends ships to raid on Hippo. They have some success capturing Hanno, but the Romani capture the island of Peleus. The famous Carthaginian general Hannibal is born. So 247 BC, guys. Hannibal is now alive and kicking. So that's certainly exciting. So let's build another trading port.
Yes.
And
attack.
Battle, guys. So again, as you can see, the AI commanders in this, I think every single one we've faced now has been like 8 or 9 stars, which is really impressive for the AI. Obviously our biggest concern is when we come down here where we've got gold chevroned units and all that sort of stuff, so that's certainly going to be very tough for us to handle.
Today is a grim day for our enemies. They face us. They must know they only have moments left to live. Take up the sword, string your bow. Now we must test our hearts and our courage like men.
And that is possibly the least motivational speech. By far, the Romans do the best motivational sort of pre-battle speeches. This particular mod.
Abiro! Nepanoam ha, Crumparam! You good thief! Abiro!
Abu, Fontamgo! Abu, Fontamgo! Abu, Fontamgo!
You good thief!
Abu Hector! Loken, Abido!
Crumbaram, Amino! Crumbaram, Amino! Crumbaram, Amino!
Itum de Gala! Gala, Loken, Abido Asra!
Tu gultis! Eruplucones! Eruplucones!
Loken, Abido!
Tu gultis! Eruplucones! Eruplucones! Tu gultis!
Loken, Abido! Keltoi, Andro, Asra! Gala, Abad!
Abiro!
Eru! Keltoi, Andro, Asra!
Now I know the controls are slightly different in like the newer Total War titles, but with this one here, obviously to move around you use your arrow keys, and if you just want to say select your entire army, you just press Control A, or Control C just to select all your cavalry, or Control I to select all your infantry, or Control M to select
Megabrim, Amnia 2!
so this is very, very, very simple at the time, but certainly very, very effective. So let's speed this up and get through the walls.
Megabrim, Amnia 2! Megabrim, Amnia 2! Megabrim, Amnia 2! Alpha Dados!
Okay. So let's send these guys.
Keltoi, Andro, Asra! Eru! Gala, Abad, Asra, Andro, Asra! Eru! Hibonatai!
You good thief!
Eru! Loken, Abido, Asra! Abido, Asra! Bas! Nitum de gala.
That is perfect.
Marsch! Die Wohndatei.
Make Abram! Amnia 2!
Die Wohndatei. Nitum de gala. Eru. Pino, gala. Ghetto, agro, asra. Die Wohndatei. Marsch! Ghetto, agro, asra.
Enkurmos! Alpha Enkurmos! Enkurmos!
Eru.
Alpha
Gala, aban, asra. Habido, asra. Nitum de gala. Marsch! Eru. Loken, habido, asra. Bas keltoi. Gala, aban, asra.
Make Abram! Amnia 2!
Slachonis!
Die Wohndatei. Marsch!
Make Abram!
Alright, not as costly as some of our previous battles, guys, but there we have it, another settlement.
We shall rule! Settlement captured!
Lord.
On my way. Unable to move.
Chief! Yes! Orders! Chief! Yes! Orders! General! Yes! Orders! Move!
So we'll get the spy down here. We'll have a good look at these two settlements here. We'll see which is going to be the hardest one to take. How long until we've finished our tier 5 barracks there, another 7 turns. We'll see what happens.
Prepare to ambush. Yes. Move. Unable to move.
So what we might do is just have a quick look at the family tree, see when we can expect our next general to come of age. So we've got this guy here, 15, so he should come of age very shortly, which is great, because we'll need another general.
Ambush in place.
So we still have Rhesus. I'm very concerned about the strength of this guy's army. It's all gold chevron units. They're certainly going to be very, very tough.
Moving into position. On my way. Unable to move.
This one looks possibly a little bit more manageable with the Nitos, or the Gallic heavy swordsmen, the Tacitos, Celtic spearmen. So they're very sort of basic units. Oh, and Solduros, the Gallic noble infantry. So that's down. They're both very, very, very tough little armies.
Out of
We
moves.
can't see the garrison yet. So we might make Barbarorum our next target. So let's just quickly end the turn. And that's very, very interesting. That that General Rhesus is actually moving over here towards Barbarorum by the looks of it. So
Move.
that
Unable
could be
to move.
a little problematic. And there is our new general. Perfect.
March. No more move.
So let's bring him down here to the capital. So no military, okay. So we'll build a trader or market. Let's do some roads. We'll build some farms.
Lord. Moving into position.
So that is one hell of a garrison. Okay. So what we're possibly going to have to do is bring the army down, maybe move it in here, hope this army will come and attack us. Once we've defeated that, fall back, reinforce, and then come back and re-siege the settlements.
Yes.
So this is nearly done. So maybe we'll wait and see what sort of units we get with the new barracks upgrade. But this is definitely going to be a very interesting siege.
Waiting to ambush.
Chief, move!
Lord, move! Out of moves!
And what have we got here? Oh, we've got a rebel army, so they'll be blocking off the trade. So we'll recruit the army and we'll quickly get up there. We will, retrain the army. We'll get up there, we'll take those out. Get our new general blooded, come back, reinforce. So year in history, Olympiad, Antigonus defeats the Ptolemaic fleet at Andros. Countless changes and turmoil in the success of the kingdoms at the start of the year. Ptolemaeus II dies, Ptolemaeus III takes the throne, Antiochus II has been regularly reported as drunken and entrusting the government of his kingdom to his favourites. Aristos and Themison, but in year Antiochus II dies, Seleucus takes the throne, Berenike and her son are murdered, Ptolemaeus invades Syria, Ptolemaeus reaches as far as Babylonia, where he and his army besieges the palace of Seleucus in Babylon itself. The census of Roman citizens is finished and a total of 241,000 citizens are recorded. That's very, very interesting. I think it was roughly every 5 years the Romans used to do a census, and they'd during that census they'd also work out, the overall wealth of the citizens. And then what happens is they had a 1% wealth tax. Obviously, in the later stages when corruption was completely rife throughout the empire and whatnot, they had like private tax collectors and guys that used to come through, and basically they would, report somebody's wealth as higher than what it was. So that sort of was part and parcel of like the turmoil in the later stages of the Roman Empire. Was appointed as dictator in order to hold elections for the new consuls. Claudia, sister of Publius Claudius, consul 2 years prior, is convicted of treason for remarks about her brother. She was fined to £25,000 of bronze. Okay. Let's build up the palisade. German naked fanatic spearmen. And why not? We're going to need a barracks close by to fall back to and retrain from. So let's do that one. So we're about the time, guys. So we're gonna have to end the session there. I hope you enjoyed all watching this one today. So obviously our plan for next turn will be to come up here and knock out this rebel force, get a little bit of battle experience for our general. I'll probably just auto-resolve that in order to reopen this road for trade up to Gorjam Kimbros. We'll come back, retrain the army. By then our tier 5 barracks should be finished, so we'll have a look at whether we've got any more new awesome sort of later tier troops available, in which case we may even just look at reforming the army over a series of turns, and then we will come down and we will look at taking out this rebel commander, and obviously besieging Uberonum, or the boy. So with that said, guys, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, as I said, smash that subscribe button, drop a like. If you don't like what we're doing, by all means give us a thumbs down, and leave a comment in the comment section and let us know why and what we can do better. Apart from that, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section. I hope you all have an awesome day. This is the